members of the EIF and non-members of the EIF, same, welcome. My dear colleagues MEP, well, we are today here with a very special guest, always, that so gently he comes to visit us. It's an honor and a pleasure to have him here. You know that we are even beyond the half term. We are now every time more and more closing to the end of this term. But still there is a number of things to conclude, and even a number of things to deliver by the Commission relatively soon. There is something so much important as the COP that still is in the trial process, but there is some other dossiers that are affecting the digital context, from copyright, which is in trialogues, e-privacy, not to say, I mean, because we'll see what happens with that. But then we have geo-blocking, and then we have the data allocation, which was very recently presented by the Commission, and ENISA regulation, which is so much important, related to cybersecurity via certification, and not only that, also important in order to implement adequately the NIS. Well, you know the guidelines that the Commission delivered for Member States to apply to implement the NIS. It is, you know, immediately, I mean in 6 months more or less from now, or 7. So still a number of things that we have to fulfill in this term. And about all of this and much more, I'm sure I have the pleasure to give the floor to Roberto Viola, which is the maximum responsible in the it is. Well, you are the maximum in the proper sense, the highest one in the scale, in the permanent scale, and well, Roberto, the floor is yours. Welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I'm trying to be on diet.
Highest. I change it for highest.
So it's such an honor and a pleasure that you continue to invite me. I mean, so at least this is a little sign that what I say more or less interests you as a community, and I really welcome all the efforts you are doing throughout the years. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, we made a lot of speeches and things which probably shall not be remembered in time. But I think what the European Parliament and European institutions have done in this term, I think will be remembered in time, because I have to remind you where you were digitally when this Parliament started this term, and of course the rest of the European institutions. You could not place a WhatsApp call. 60% of operators blocked you making a WhatsApp call or video call with your phone. If you would attempt to download a newspaper while abroad, you would have paid 50 euros. 50 euros, 50. If you would have attempted to watch your favorite program, you would have seen no way. And if you try to shop in another member state, 40% of the time you would be blocked, still today. Now, where we are today is that we are the only part of the world that maintain net neutrality rules, which are also very proportionate to the problem. And the basic thing is that the operators cannot block you. I mean, they cannot block 500 million citizens that want to place and use their phone. Number two, we have abolished roaming fees in Europe. Number three, from 1st of April 2018, you will be able to watch your favorite sport game wherever you are. Number four, thanks to the agreement that we had last night, from next Christmas, you will do the shopping online wherever you like. So, this is an internal market. So, this Parliament, this institution fulfilled the basic mission, which was to deliver a market without borders to 500 million citizens. And I think these citizens do realize, and I think this is a very tangible and concrete result that also attracts the interest of other parts of the world, which are now more and more interested in the way we do things. Because the first wave was a bit of skepticism. You will never do this. You will never get a European law on neutrality, too complicated. You will never abolish roaming fees. Now, I mean, we have done it, so people look at us and say, how you did it? I mean, how was it possible? So I think we have now to stay with the wind, because, I mean, it's nice to deliver to citizens, and, I mean, we will be judged, as many of you work and live here in Europe, so we are part of the European bubble, and we are judged for what we can do to our citizens. So what we have done collectively is very important, because I should not forget the involvement of the stakeholders in this process. And I should not forget, and I said it in public, and I want to repeat it here, that without the cooperation of the operators, roaming would have been a very difficult exercise. So we have to give credit to the system as a whole. Now the question is, can this system, can this positive spirit continue delivery of things which are objectively a bit more complicated, like completing the rules for digital, which means the next step probably within reach is approving the regulation for free data flow in Europe, another signal that we want to really knock down every barrier that is any barrier which is around us. Next step, can we swiftly come to an agreement on the rules to connectivity and using spectrum in Europe, the European Communication Code? So essential, I mean, to guarantee investments in Europe, that citizens have access to the gigabit society, which means, I mean, having cheap connection at very high quality. I mean, and this is not a dream, this is within reach. Can we guarantee that we can approve quickly the audiovisual rules that we are today in trialogues and discussing? These are the next challenges, I mean, and I hope that we can deliver good results very soon. But of course, the world doesn't stop at rules, or Europe doesn't stop at rules. Are important, but they are an instrument, I mean, and we should not even think for a split second that all the digital single market is about placing new rules here and there. It's much more about transforming our society, transforming for good, in a way. So, when approaching things which we will have to discuss with the European Parliament, with the institutions, artificial intelligence, for instance, the European Council has asked the Commission to come with an initiative on artificial intelligence, and of course we will respond. But of course, then we touch the very basis of the transformation of our society. The way we work, the way we interact, the way healthcare is provided to us, or financial services. So this profound transformation, I think we have to start from the angle, at least that's my angle and this is for debate tonight, that is a transformation for good. I don't think that, I mean, we want unsafe cars around. I don't think we want to have people working in bad condition, unsafe, and even working, I mean, 15 hours a day around a machine. I mean, so a society that demands certain tasks to robots, it's a better society in this respect. Respects more the human being, it's more, I mean, looking at what the human being can deliver to other human beings. But of course, our society is not like this. Our society is full of repetitive tasks done by humans, which are workers, happen to be workers. So how this will happen in a sustainable way, this is not just a question for engineers. So engineers love artificial intelligence. They have a full team which is enthusiastic. This is a very important political question that has to have an answer. What is the sustainable way, the European way to artificial intelligence? We have shown a European way to enter into the digital revolution, which I think is not a bad way. I mean, the first signal we have given very clearly, the digital revolution should be for the citizen. I think when looking at artificial intelligence and looking how others are thinking about artificial intelligence, I think there could be a European way. And that's not a simple challenge. When looking at healthcare, we will issue a communication on healthcare, it's coming in the coming weeks. Do you find normal that on your watch, those of you who have a connected watch, you have your data about your bank account, but you have no data about your health. Because, I mean, still are in paper here and there. Many of you are expatriates, so you have a doctor in your own country, something here, something there. So personalized medicine is a revolution. I've seen what, I mean, what are the possibilities. Those that invented the MPEG JPEG, the MPEG JPEG is the system that allows you to take photos and videos on these things, are working now in MPEG G. You know what it is? It's the compression of the human genome that can be on a smartphone. Today, I mean, if you want to have your genetic data, you have to go around with a band. So when this will arrive, and when is in 2 years from now, 2 years from now, the genetic medicine will be available to every doctor. This is, as JPEG and MPEG was a revolution, because then we use these devices, and this has changed our life. When this will arrive, medicine will change. Are we ready for this? Again, very positive, are we ready? So I think the next challenge, which I hope we can debate tonight, is completing totally, I mean, what needs to be completed, having an investment-friendly environment, but at the same time, go quickly into the transformative scenario of Europe, really asking ourselves how we can help our business, our industry, our service providers, and our society to deliver better quality of life. It is possible, and I don't think digital should be the terrain for populists to say the only way to cope with this transformation is to close the borders, to be, I mean, inward looking and to dig holes instead of building robots. Thank you very much.
Yeah.